Hi, I'm Scott Graff with Team Graff at eXp Realty, and you're watching Phoenix Housing Market Update for April 2022. Now, there's a good chance that you received a postcard that looks like this. There's two data points I'd like to draw attention to and expand upon. Number one, last month, our average sales price in the Phoenix metropolitan area was right at $581,000. Now, the reason that's important is because it's up about $20,000 from the month prior. So we've had an increase in average sales price of just over $20,000. That's pretty significant. The second data point that I like to draw attention to is that our sold price to list price ratio is about 102%. Now, that doesn't seem that significant, but it's a bump of about 1% from last month, which means that every home on the market, on average, is selling for 102% of its asking price. So if you had a $500,000 house, that means the average sale price would be $510,000 in that scenario. Now, every little micro segment of the market is different, but that's what that number means, and that is actually up by 1% from last month. So those are two data points that have changed, I'd say dramatically changed in the last month. Now, on our website, teamgraff.com, we publish hyper-local content daily, and we carefully curate this data to answer a lot of the questions from our clients in our database, as well as the hottest topics in Phoenix to date. So I'm going to highlight three right now on this video. The first one being that the median list price, not to be confused with the average list price, the median list price, meaning the absolute middle of what has sold, there's half is below this number and half is above this number. The median home price, listing price, for the Phoenix metro area tops $500,000 for the first time ever. $500,000 ever. So there's a nice article on our website about that, and it just is what it is. There's a lot of people moving to Phoenix. There's a lot of factors working into that, but that was a significant milestone this last month. Which leads me to the next article that we published, a blog that we published, was that in 2022, there's an article put out, 2022's most affordable places to live and work in the United States. Since this is a national topic, what do you think? Is Phoenix on this list? Well, I'll just give you the short answer. No, Phoenix is not on this list, but this list is interesting nonetheless. Phoenix has become more expensive to live and work, and we are very much attracting people. There's people moving here daily in the droves. Is droves a word? Droves? In the droves. Big groups, lots of people coming here, right? And that's part of the reason why there's so much demand. The third article that is a continuous hot topic and is becoming more of a hot topic is Airbnbs, short-term rentals. So we have a couple blogs that we posted recently about Airbnbs. One specifically was the things that you should know about short-term rental laws. So this is an interesting article. It just talks about the legalities. There's so many facets about investing in an Airbnb, which is very attractive right now. There's a difference between long-term rentals, which is what most everyone's familiar with. You buy a property, you put it up for rent long-term, meaning like a year or longer, and it's an investment property, right? Well, now the short-term game, or more specifically, the vacation rental game, is very much a national attraction, and in Phoenix, it's become very attractive. So we're starting to explore more facets around that and publishing information for our clients. We have quite a few clients that own properties like this and are investing in properties like this. So this is a good article to be mindful of. The biggest thing about short-term rental laws is when selecting a property is definitely whether or not the CC&Rs allow for short-term rentals. A lot of CC&Rs are written such that there is a 30-day minimum, and so that kind of disqualifies an Airbnb and the purposes of such. So a lot of condos, townhomes have that provision in them. Not all, but most. So anyway, very interesting article. Check that out as well. Again, we publish hyperlocal content daily. So teamgraff.com. We also publish to our social media channels at Team Graff and on our Facebook page, of course, and Instagram, etc., etc. And let's see, got my notes over here. Was there anything else I wanted to make mention of? I think that's it. I'm Scott Graff, and this is April's Phoenix Housing Market Update.